Yeah. So, when I was about, what was it, 10 years old, probably, I was playing a lot of video games. I was playing Overwatch a lot. But what I also used to do was that I used to consume a fuck ton of content, like YouTube videos about the game as well. So, literally every single day when I came home from school, I would either play Overwatch or I would, which was what I usually did, um, like throughout the nighttime from like let's say 6 to 8, 9 or something. But then when I came home from school like at 4 or something, I would I would get some food, get some snacks or something, like some seed oil bullshit, and then I would because I didn't I didn't know what the fuck nutrition was back then, and neither did my parents really. So I would get some fucking weird food. Then I would sit in the what's it called, armchair thing, in my living room, and I would turn on the TV and I would start watching these like this daily series of Overwatch clips that there was a YouTube channel that gathered the best clips of Overwatch, like the video game, every single day from all the Twitch streamers and all the DJ motherfuckers, and put that shit into a compilation of like the most stimulating best clips of the day. And I would watch that shit, I would watch it every single day when I came home from school with some fucking weird food in my hand. And yeah, I did that for years, and then fast forward to 2022 when Andrew Tate popped off, when I got more into self-improvement, I got into masculinity. I was in May 2022 primarily, I was hanging out with a girl a lot. It was the first kind of female that I'd ever been sort of close to in my life. I was 14, and yeah. So, and at that time, I like, especially after May, after like let's say June and onwards in 2022, when I started, listening more to Andrew Tate and the things that he said and other similar creators, I started adopting those mindsets, and I was told that stop scrolling, stop binge watching entertainment content, stop playing video games, these kinds of things, which are absolutely true, obviously, right? They're very unproductive, obviously, we know this. But basically what I did was that I replaced my content addiction with like from brain rot entertainment content, Overwatch, that kind of stuff, to educational content or self-help content, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, fuck, I just thought I had to burp or some shit, but whatever. I replaced my content addiction with entertainment content, brain rot, that kind of stuff, Overwatch, video games content, to self-help content, to podcasts and these top 7 ways to make money online, top 7 ways to become a 1% man, that fucking bullshit, all those degenerate fucking creators. You've probably seen them all over with these they've all copied Iman Gadji's thumbnail design. And it's like these they're doing this shit into the fucking camera like an imbecile, and they're trying to like they have these hyper edited videos like top 7 ways to make money online. Say number 1, affiliate marketing. Number 2, trading. Number 2, business. Number 2, sales, or something. Not number 2. But you get my point, right? This fucking, it's still brain rot content, And even though like things like podcasts aren't really, they're not, I wouldn't consider them brain rot content because they're way less dopaminergic. But still, I was consuming so much and so unintentionally. I was consuming content without actually, not even having the intention to take action. Or perhaps I did, but I had the intention, but I really didn't take any action. And yeah, man, like I got home from school, and my basic attack, like, in video games, you have a basic attack that you can like revert to all the time when you don't know what to do. For me, that was like watching content, really. So throughout 2022 and 2023 and a lot of this year as well, I was consuming so much, like, insane amounts of content, especially 2022, 2023, or actually it's 2025 now, I mean last year. But 2022, 2023, I was spending so much time on like on watching self-help content, which to be honest, I'm not quite sure I'm truly regretting, because it definitely did shape the beliefs that I have about the world now. Like if I hadn't stumbled across Andrew Tate, for example, on TikTok, or seen, for example, Hamza on YouTube, then I definitely wouldn't have the skills or beliefs or traits that I have now, right? I still would have found a way, you know. God has a plan, but you know, I'm not entirely regretful of my consumption of that, but there was definitely a lot of content that I definitely do regret consuming, because it amounted to nothing really. So yeah, but nowadays I don't really have that problem, and there are two main tactics that I want to bring up in this video that help me a lot, right? So the first one is something that I call eliminating free time. So throughout your you know, your childhood and your teenage years, perhaps you're an adult, your adult years, you've always been told that free time is this like it's always been glamorized, and it's always been you've always thought that free time was something good, you know, because you associate non-free time with being in school or being at work or doing something that you don't want to do, but just doing it as a means to an end, let's say to be able to make money, like get a degree or something like that. You know, this work-life balance kinds of mantras, these kinds of things that people talk about. It basically it makes you associate free time with something good. You know, that free time, then you're free, you can do whatever you want, right? But believe it or not, that's actually not what we want. We don't actually want free time. We want, we don't we don't want free time, nor do we want time where we do useless shit like studying bullshit things in school, or having being a 9-to-5 rat or something like that. Man, yeah, I always chuckle a bit when I say that shit, 9-to-5 rats, but that's the truth, man. When you see these guys, and to be honest, I'm one of them. You know, I still have to go to school. Like, I'm basically forced by my parents, because I'm 17 years old. I'm not 18 yet. I don't really have full legal control over my you know, position or my finances or something, which is not ideal. You know, it's very annoying. Like about a year ago, I tried just not going to school for a week, just sitting at the library for a week with my bro, with my friend. He tried it at his school as well, and yeah, we got a bunch of like invalid absence, which is what it's called. Like the teachers, they basically tell your parents that you weren't in school, and then they shout at you. And for me, they took the money that I had, like 100 or 200 bucks or some shit, say 100 bucks from my bank account, and they tried to take my laptop, my computer. They canceled my gym membership. They forbid me from going to the boxing gym and stuff. Everything like that. They took away from me, because they truly believe that, you know, getting good grades is the, you know, something that I should try to do. Like, obviously my parents aren't malicious in any way. I know that they're good-hearted. They want the best for me, but we have opposing views on what's best for me, right? So basically, what was I even fucking talking about? Man, I got into this long side tangent. It's one of the things that I do sometimes. But basically, with content, so with these 9-to-5 rats and everything, what was I even talking about, bro? That's so crazy. How could I just forget what the fuck I was on about? But basically, I had my content. Yeah. So, fuck, man. All right. We were on the free time subject, right? So with free time, basically, everyone has hyped free time up for you throughout your entire life. It's been glamorized, because you're associated with being free and being able to do something that isn't fucking boring like school is, or being a 9-to-5 rat, you know? So, but we don't actually want free time, and I'm gonna explain to you why. And because what we want actually is productive time. We want to have a planned, like booked out day with stuff that we're gonna do, like we have in school, like we have if you have some 9-to-5 work, if you're a 9-to-5 rat. Yeah, like you have your timetable in school and stuff. You have math, fucking, I don't know, 8 a.m. You have English 9 a.m. or some shit. You have social studies 10 a.m. or some shit. You have your timetable that you follow, and the reason that you do that, the reason that the school system has imposed that upon you, is because it is a very effective way of, you know, inducing productivity. You know, it's just that we shouldn't be putting our productivity into something that isn't productive, like being in school. You know, if you wanna, by all means, if you wanna go to university and get a degree because you wanna get into a specific field that absolutely requires a degree, like a, you know, like what could it be, like a vet or something like that, like a surgeon, because you want to help people in that way, that's totally fine. Like I don't judge you by that whatsoever. That's your choice, and if that's your purpose, then you have my blessing to go for it. But for a lot of people, and for me definitely, and for a lot of guys like me, it's not our purpose. We don't want to do that shit, you know. And so basically we want productive time, which we have planned out beforehand, like school, but we reverse it. So we are productive, but in the right way, right? So because the thing is, for me, I used to always fall into the trap of consumption when I came home from school. Like the window between when I trained at like 6, let's say I went to the gym or did boxing. Sorry, had to burp, but. So basically from 4 p.m. to like 6, that's always been the time window for me when I've been the most prone to like falling into binge watching content online and stuff. And I realized that it's a culmination of like various different factors. Like, for example, when I'm coming home from school, I've usually eaten a lot of bullshit food that is served in school. Like here in Sweden, we can go to school and we actually get food in the school. We don't have to pack lunch or anything, but the quality is not that high because they don't have a massive budget, you know. But basically, I used to eat there, come home, have a fuck ton of brain fog, and then it would really be like I would fall into consumption so easily. And the reason was that from like when I woke up 7, 8 to about 3 p.m. I had my entire day logged out, booked out. Like I knew what I was gonna do. I knew that I was gonna wake up, get some breakfast, go to school, be there, do all these things at these times, eat lunch here, have this class there, have this class there, get home. And then when I was at home, I hadn't really planned anything. I knew that I was kind of, you know, I was going to the gym and stuff. In 2022, I started going to the gym. But I hadn't really planned anything else to an extent greater than school, you know, which had been planned out for me. It wasn't even me who did that, you know. So they just tell you to show up, and you have to show up like a fucking dog in a collar. But that's a separate point. Because for me, when I had free time, that's always been when I fell into like consumption, and I was like when I became a degenerate and stuff. I went like that's when I entered this Goblin Jeffrey kind of mindset. Goblin Jeffrey mode is what Hamza calls it. I really like his content, to be honest, by the way. But Hamza Ahmed, he's on YouTube as well. But basically, that's always been the case for me. And now that I have a timetable that I have scheduled myself, like my entire life is mapped out. Like all the hours of the week are logged out, and then I just have that on repeat every single week. I know what times I'm going to train, I know what times I'm going to eat, I know what times I'm going to sleep, I know what times I'm going to go to school, be at school. I know what times I'm going to record these videos, I know what times I'm going to meditate and do cold showers and stuff, read books. I know all of that beforehand, so that I'm not at risk of just falling into the consumption trap just because I don't know what to do. And it's just kind of easy to do that, you know. Just open your laptop or your phone, sit on the couch, have some food, and call it, oh man, I'm bulking, bro. I'm just coping and telling yourself that you're like, fuck, man. I've always been consuming content while I've been eating. I still do that to this day, to be honest. But these days it's not I don't consume any brain rot content, right? I consume long form educational content like Hamza Ahmed's videos, for example, and books. To be honest, that might be an area of improvement for me. Perhaps I shouldn't even be consuming content when I'm eating, because it might not even be that effective it might not even be that effective of a way to learn, you know. Which yeah, perhaps I'm the one coping here. But basically, when I have my timetable, my calendar, and I have every single minute of the day booked out, it's a lot easier for me to stay out of like consuming content and being a degenerate with it. Obviously, I don't think that content consumption is intrinsically destructive. Like I think these videos, I think they can be like perhaps I'm being boastful or some shit, but I think that they can be helpful, you know. I think that I don't think that these aren't edited videos, these aren't dopaminergic, these aren't brain rock fucking entertainment. These are educational long form content, right? So yeah, that's one thing that I've done. I create my own timetable. I've done it in Google Calendar. So I just check that throughout the day. What am I supposed to be doing? And then I have a clear plan set out so I don't fall into the trap of content consumption. And then I also have another thing that I do a lot of, and that is meditation. So basically, with the timetable, what you're doing is that you're basically making sure that you don't even have to use any willpower to resist content consumption. You just take a back step from it automatically, you know. But sometimes you are going to have to use willpower and discipline, right? It's just how it works. Sometimes life gets in the way or some shit. You fuck up and slip up on your timetable, you know. Sometime I do that at times as well. We all, like, you know, we're not trying to, like, I'm not perfect either, you know, but I still slip up sometimes, and you probably do as well. But so when we do that, we need to use willpower, right? And my absolute favorite tool to create willpower is meditation. So basically what meditation does, or first of all what it is that you are it's a mental practice, right? You're closing your eyes, and then you're directing all your attention to a singular thought. Like, for example, your breath, or your let's say you're visualizing something. Like, for example, I like to meditate on, like, I close my eyes and visualize, for example, being in a certain place, and then looking out from that view and looking at the things that I'm visualizing. And also I like to I like to meditate on my breath. So literally I just feel my breath flowing through my nose and out. And then you will inevitably, like your mind will wander. You will start thinking about something else. You'll start thinking about that bitch from school, that dude from school, that fucking school project, man. School's it's taking up so much of mine and probably your shower thoughts as well these days, which is truly it's very destructive, you know. It's not ideal. But anyway, that's a separate point. I'll discuss that more in another video. But really, yeah, exactly. So your mind wanders, you think about something else, some bullshit, or it might not even be bullshit, but just something else. Your mind wanders from the thing that you have set out to think about, and then you're gonna realize that you've done it, right? You're not gonna realize it directly. You're not gonna become aware of it directly, but when you do, at some point, after 5, 10, 30 seconds, maybe even more than that, maybe a minute, at certain points, depending on how deep you get into this other thought. But then what you're gonna do is that you're gonna bring your focus back to the original thought, like your breath, for example. And that's basically one repetition, one rep, one bicep curl of meditation. Like, it's basically like bicep curls for the brain, right, for the mind. And what this has done to me is that it's made me a lot more mindful, which basically means that you're more present and you're more aware of like your thoughts and your actions. So basically what meditation has done for me, one of the things, is that it has given me a longer time window between when I think about something to do and want to actually do it. So basically, it gives me a window of opportunity to use willpower, right? So you might, for example, get the urge to open up your laptop, or let's say you're working on your laptop for some business project that you have or some school work, and then you get the urge to open up a new tab, click Control T, and go onto YouTube and watch some content that you know, like this creator has published this content. You know that they're like, you know that some creators has posted some content, and you know that it's going to be stimulating. So you click onto that, you start watching. But basically, what meditation does is that before you click Control T and open up a new tab, a new page, and watch the videos, it's like your mind forces you to hesitate and to halt, right? To not do it right away. And for me, what happens is that my brain automatically generates thoughts that like pushes me away from just doing that, from getting distracted. And it's really a beautiful thing, you know, like it's like you eliminate these random bullshit thoughts that just pop out throughout your day that distract you. Like you might get a thought of, oh yeah, I should go watch that video right now. Oh yeah, I should fap. Oh yeah, I should open up this video game, whatever. Oh yeah, I should go into Snapchat and send a picture of myself, or some fucking bullshit like that, to some retards that I don't even want to be friends with. You might get a bunch of thoughts like that throughout your day, but with meditation, those are eliminated, at least like gradually over time, obviously. So those are really one of my two main weapons against falling into content consumption. And I really do think that they'll be helpful for you as well if you're like me, which I assume you are if you're watching this kind of content, right? You're probably a young guy, maybe you're even younger than me. I'm 17, or you're a bit older. It doesn't really matter. They should work perfectly fine for you as well. So basically, I will meditate for 20 minutes a day. I wake up, cold shower, and then I meditate straight away. And yeah, I just sit on my chair. Sometimes I like to do it outside, sometimes inside. I like to just sit on my chair like this, close my eyes, think about, like, visualize or just feel my breath. And then, you know, just try to, whenever my mind wanders, to bring the thought back immediately. And basically, the more of these you do, the more you bring your presence and your mindfulness and your attention back to the original thought, the more like the higher skill in meditation you're gonna get, and the more rewards you're gonna get, the more mindful you're gonna be, right? The more you're gonna be able to resist these bad habits like content consumption, or at least excessive content consumption. So yeah, bro, that's really it, man. I think I hope this was insightful. I hope this was helpful. So yeah, bro, I'll catch you in the next one.